Good evening. Thank you for coming out tonight. I want to take a few minutes to share some information, some statistics on what kids and today's youth have to contend with. It is about bullying, and yes, bullying has been around for as long as you and I have been around. But today's type of bullying has more or so become an epidemic, and I want to share and inform you of some of the things that the kids are having to contend with, some of the signs of either being bullied or, worst case, having someone that is a bully. So let's start off with a story. As I was doing my research, I came across KayleeThurgoodBlogspot.com, and I came across Miss Emke's story on her blog. She's a 13-year-old, and she was being relentlessly bullied at school. She had a group of girls on a daily basis bullying her. These group of girls would chew their gum and place their gum on her textbooks and on her locker door. These group of girls would call her a slut every day, spreading rumors and, of course, name calling. They would even go on to the extent of writing slut on her locker door in a Sharpie pen. Now, Miss Emke, she let her father know what was going on at school. And it had gotten to the point, or it had gotten so bad, that her and a friend would take their lunch every day and just go eat their lunch in a locker room, just so they could refrain from crossing paths with these group of girls. It's unfortunate that Miss Emke decided that she couldn't take it any longer and ultimately took her life. Now, American Psychological Association defines bullying as a form of aggressive behavior in which someone intentionally and repeatedly causes another person injury or discomfort. Bullying, is it a time tradition? There are those that think that it is. There are those that think that bullying is part of human nature. There are professionals and doctors that will argue that television and movies have an impact on becoming a bully. There are also those professionals and doctors that believe that when you begin to socialize, even as young as 5 years old or going into preschool, they will be then, in a sense, introduced to bullying. Now, I know some of you have been bullied or harassed, and even those who haven't had to witnessed. And I know that some of y'all are probably recollecting some of those turbulent times. But let's take a look at what kids today are having to contend with, or what they're going through, and compared to what you and I went through. There is a slight difference, but let's take a look. Yesteryear, yes, we had teasing and our name calling, assault, thievery, and then we'd have that bully gang up on us, or a group gang up. Today it's basically the same thing. However, they're going to tease a victim either in person, or, this is a big impact, they're going to cyberbully. They're going to go on a social network or email or text. Name calling. Again, they're going to do the same thing. It's either going to be in person, or go onto a social network, email or text. You have assault, the thievery, and then again, still going to gang up, but then again, they're either going to do it, they're either going to do it in person or decide to go on a social network or a chat room. Now, when we see negative actions, it's only human nature to think, what is that person thinking? Or what was that person thinking when they did that? Well, let's look at some of the reasons or some of the motivation ideas that a bully has. Well, of course, they want to show off for their friends. They want to be mean, embarrass the victim. They find it as entertainment for him or her and their friends, or simply because they deserve it for various reasons. Now, there are some of y'all, or there are those out there that see bullying as maybe a rite of passage where we all have to contend with it. You know, going from, let's say, junior high to high school. Well, you're going to have to earn your stripes, son. Earn your keep. You know, everybody contends with it sometime or another. But how bad is it really? Whenever I was going through, how bad can it be today? Well, look, 70% of victims today are being cyberbullied. 37% are being cyberbullied on a high frequency basis. 20% extreme cyberbullying on a daily basis. Cyberbullying does not discriminate. It doesn't matter race, age, creed, religion. And then kids are twice as likely to be cyberbullied on Facebook than any other network. Now, when a bully, when he or she does this, what are the main things? What's the main thing that they normally do? Well, 44.2% they tease, play jokes, or name call. But 43.3% they spread rumors or lies, either verbally or online. And then 36.3% are then assaulted in class. Well, now the parents are probably thinking, or, you know, once they find out, well, you know, we weren't that, you know, we were kind of aware, but we didn't really know it was that serious, or we just didn't know. How are we supposed to know? What are we to look for? The victim. Well, they have unexplained injuries, bruises, scratches. They have lost items. They have things, and, you know, one day and the next thing, you know, the next day they don't. They tend to fake illnesses. Loss of appetite. Well, Johnny, he used to have seconds all the time. Now I can barely get him to eat. These are some signs. Well, how, you know, I don't know, you know, if my daughter or son's, you know, being a bully. Well, are they, you know, suddenly physically and verbally abusive? Do they have friends that may be a bully? Are they increasingly being aggressive toward their peers or siblings? Or then they haven't done their chores in quite some time, and you pay them, but then they haven't done them, and they have all the, you know, they have money. Now, these stats, or these indications that I have just shared with you, I got from StopBullying.com. Now, not only does the victim and a bully have signs, but then the bystanders are affected by this as well. The witnesses that witness these bullying, they have an increased risk of using alcohol, tobacco, or any other drug. They have increased mental health problems, including depression and anxiety. They miss or skip school. Now the parents are probably thinking, or the adults, well, why don't they just ask for help? Well, these are some of the reasons why the victims don't ask for help. It makes them feel helpless. They have a fear of backlash from the bully or bullies. Or then they may not want their parents or the adults to find out why they are being harassed or bullied, with a fear of being judged. Well then, now that we find out or know, then how do we address the problem? Remain calm is the main thing. Remain calm, open-minded, and receptive. You can confront the parents, whether your child is the victim or the bully. Confront the school authorities or the teachers. Let them know that you're aware. Ask them if they were aware of the problem. Have your child or children travel in a group of friends. And with those friends, maintain those solid friendships. I also got these stats or these figures or the information I just shared from you from bullingstatistics.com. Oh, I'm sorry, .gov. That's bullingstatistics.gov. Now, the information I have just shared with you and the statistics quite quickly, there's an upside to this and there is good news for the home team. Kids are so much more educated and prepared than you and I probably were then. Their awareness is at a much higher level. The kids today have a no more. We're not going to take it, no more attitude. And then 68% of them realize that cyberbullying is a serious problem. Now, I want to share with you some final thoughts in no particular order, but I would just want to let you know that if you have a child or someone within your family that has been bullied, the effects do not stop after the incident. Okay, that's the main thing we need to be aware of, is that because they went through it doesn't mean, well, it's all over. Then you have to communicate with this child or this teen to ensure they are okay. Their social life has been basically put in a uproar. Anxiety, maybe even depression. Be vigilant. Have that, be aware of what your kids are doing online. Have that open line of communication and encourage your child to come to them, to come to you. Through thick and thin, good or bad, that you'll always be there for them. And then lastly, and most important of all, ensure that you treat others how you would like to be treated, and pass this on to your kids. That's the main thing today, is treating your neighbor like you would want to be treated as well. Now again, some of the resources the information and statistics I have shared with you are Kaylee Thurgood blogspot.com, stopbullying.gov, and bullingstatistics.org. I do thank you for coming tonight. I hope that the information and some of the statistics that I've shared with you have given you a better understanding and more of an awareness of today's type bullying. I do thank you. Have a great evening.